Hello, this is Gemini Talks, doing a impromptu bonus episode. So stay tuned.
Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh.
It is Sunday, 3:56 in the morning. April, June 25th, 2023. This is literally 5 minutes after I did episode 14. Kid you not. Impromptu for real.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh.
Hello, once again, this is Gemini Talks, and this is a bonus episode. And I know you're sitting like, you said you're going to try to put something up there in the middle. Yeah, I literally said, beginning for those that missed it, didn't hear it. This is really 5 minutes after. I'd say, you know what, I might as well, I make a little mini bonus episode. Because I said, if I'm doing my own thing, I want to put as many episodes as I want to, not trying to feel like I'm burnt out and all this other stuff. So, and I need to kick out as many episodes, recordings of gameplays and everything else as much as I can. So, this one won't be too long. So at least 45 minutes at the latest, because it's almost 4 o'clock. It's 3:59. So, what I wanted to talk about, has anybody wanted, like, say if you was, by yourself, and then you're doing something and you wanted to actually share it, but not just with, like, it's fun to share it with friends and family, but like with a significant other. Like, you would want to find somebody that, like, can at least try to understand and appreciate, like, oh, it's what you're doing, okay. Like, because, to me personally, if you see that somebody's doing something that they actually like, and it's not like they're doing anything that's harmful to anybody, and they actually, they're thinking for themselves and trying to make something for themselves, whatever, you would think that's a good thing. Like, hey, like, at least you out there doing that. Like, you want to share that with somebody. I was thinking about that. I thought about it several times, that it would be kind of like, for me, I don't, like I said, if anybody listened to episode, I mean, you're watching something on the screen. The previous episode 14. I don't have, like I said, I don't have anyone support system, any of that. Like, so far, Blizzard, my mod, has been pretty great. I have him on my Discord. I got like several people now on my Discord. I got 2 mods. I got a couple, but like, I don't know what it would feel like to have that. I feel like it would be kind of weird, maybe, because I know them, and I feel like they're gonna do it generate. Some of them like, well, do it generate money? Wow, not, hey, makes you happy. That's why I don't say much, like, because I know how they are for some of them. Like, and you hear that conversation in your head because you know that's really how it's gonna go. So you're like, you know what? Never mind. It's not like I'm just shy. No, I am that, but because I just know how they are. So some of them, it just makes you feel like, you know what? I'll just, for right now, keep it to myself. But right now, I guess it's going a bit better with the situation that let's just say, confessions that were made. No Usher, but there were some confessions that surprised me. Like, was it Memorial Day, before Memorial Day, up until like recently, that I was just not expecting. I'm just sitting here like, what? Where does this come from? Investigate. I need a lie detector. What's going on? What? Huh? That I'm just sitting here like, what's good? You wanna, like, I'm just surprised and shocked. Thought that would never come out your mouth. What? Like, it's a positive, good thing. But you know how you stop expecting. You're like, well, okay, whatever. We already know how it's gonna go, and it's not, and then it didn't go that way. And you're like, did you fall out a window and hit directly on your head like Looney Tunes, an Acme dumbbell, something hit you? It had to be, because ain't no way you're saying this. I ain't seen that text. You ain't just said it on the phone. What? Even prior to that, like, because of what I'm doing now, and I want to see what I can actually do, and not feel like I can't do it. If I, for anybody, don't you like if you feel like say if you find somebody that you like, oh wait, they kind of different maybe, and you start thinking, okay, I'm doing something, not like I don't have a job, but I'm doing something that could potentially become something more, and I wonder how they would feel about it. Like even if it's nothing that's embarrassing or anything, but you just want to have somebody that yeah, you got family, you got friends, and that's great, but you like, I wonder would they be okay? Like how would they feel? Like with this, because it's not like you want to like stream and the person that you're with just like whatever they think it is, or podcast, talkcast, whatever, however they think it is, but from what they have seen, but they have not seen yours because it's something totally you're not like everybody else. You're not trying to be, and you want to show them like, hey, this is what I do, this is what I like. Like I want you to actually, you don't gotta be in it, but at least check it out, see it like personally with me. Like say if you with the person and y'all actually been together for a while and you live together, eventually, rather sooner than later, hey, this is what I like to do. Like you can just watch, even if it's like a rerun or something, or a VOD, whatever. Hey, I just wanted to share this with you. Like, wouldn't you want? I think a lot of people do think about that, because if even if you are already with somebody, you want to be able to share with them. Like even if they don't do it, even if they have their own hobbies, y'all share like, hey, this is what I do. You check it out here and there. You're like, all right, I mean, that's not for me, but that's cool that you got your own thing. That's what's up. As long as it's not harming anybody, it's not harming you, it's not harming the relationship. That's cool. Like, I think I here and there thought about that. If whenever it do happen or whatever, because I do want to be like, yeah, I do this. What do you think? For like, if you're in a relationship, whatever, like I can't even do that with family. So for me, I feel like it would be extra special to have that like a certain someone that they don't completely understand, or they at least try to understand it, but they see that, but as long as you're enjoying it and it's not something that's like risky or a waste of your time, like a general waste, because there's some things that people do that just like, why would you do that? And they're like genuinely happy for you, like, hey, as long as you enjoy it, like I feel like it would be a different feeling, because unfortunately there's just some people you can't trust, and you gotta maintain certain boundaries and watch yourself and be careful, even if they're just somebody on the sideline. You ain't gotta be that close. Like you want to share it with somebody that you actually trust, even if they don't do what you do, but they understand and they see that you enjoy it and they're happy for you. Like, wouldn't that be cool? I feel like I do know that there are people that have somebody like that in them, in their lives, in their relationship, whatever, that feel genuinely happy for them. Like, hey, at least you got a hobby, you got something. You're taking that and you're doing something with it. Like, I don't want to have to, like, it's bad enough I feel this. I don't want to have to keep tiptoeing around now. I don't want to do that if I'm with somebody and they're like, wait, you're a streamer? Don't they? Like, I don't know what you have watched. There are like a whole bunch of them. You can figure out which one is for you. I am not like them. I am my own person, my own being, my own soul. I don't know what to tell you. Uh, but like, I don't want to have to do that. Be like sitting there unplugging the Ethernet cord while they're sleeping. Like, okay, I finished streaming. They don't know. Like, that's just, I don't want to do that. Like, I really want to enjoy what I do without somebody trying to make repercussions out of it, trying to make it an issue. Cause I'm not doing anything bad. I don't say anything that's like gonna start a riot or a war or whatever. I don't have any ill intentions. I'm doing it from a place of myself, and it'd be cool to have somebody that's like, I'm glad you're genuinely happy doing what you're doing, because I do not have like um. I could check him out. His name is Drew. On Twitch is at EcoMob. I think I'm sure he's half African and half African American. He's from Philly. Um, does a bunch of stuff. His personality is that if you're from the East Coast, you already know. Nice up until you know somebody starts something. That's just him. And he has two people that work with him. One of those is actually my age. Like, he's actually a Gemini. He's my age, and he look older. But he met when he was he was a teenager when he met him. And on YouTube is Struggle Nation, hashtag Struggle Nation. And it was they basically like family now. It was his birthday. His name was Joe, because the other guy, Drew, the main one that had the idea for it and asked his friend, when they worked together, hey, what you think about it? His birthday would be in July. He's a Cancer. Yeah, proud of it. He was on his birthday. He was telling people, hey, on chat, hey, you know what, real moment, because he works a lot and he don't have, man, he get allergic reaction, all this other stuff, and it's be back to back to back stuff. And he's like, have a real moment. Just say whatever you want in chat. Let me know what's going on. Because I don't get the chance to really ask when I'm doing something. We're either playing a game sometimes or we're doing live reactions. Hey, just tell me what's going on. Let me know. We can talk about it. Because I feel like y'all been here long enough that y'all can do that. Because we're, at the end of the day, real people. I almost, because I was at that beyond the breaking point where everything just went silent, and the tears was so hot that it's streaming down my face, and I don't have anybody, and it was it's too much, and everybody had something to say, and I'm just like, this is why I don't talk to people, and I try to at least try to understand for anybody. Try to see it from their perspective. Try to, like, okay, try to make me understand how you're seeing it, because I don't understand it. And those that don't get the actual chance to talk, the words might come out too fast. They might take their time, or they're a little bit silent because they're trying to figure out how to put it. They can say it in their head better than they can speak about it. And I was this close to just saying it all, like F it, and I didn't. And you would just see the chat, how they were just saying all this other stuff. Like, I'm somebody that when I'm in something happened, I back up. Because I need to back up. I feel like if I'm engaging, I'm pretending and I'm acting. And I don't want to do it anymore because it's the defense mechanism. It hurts you. It can actually stunt you. Like, my memories are, there's things I'm remembering now that actually my defense mechanism of just blocking and hurrying up and protecting me made me forget some things. And I'm like, wait, what? How did I forget that? And I've noticed it in my 20s. I was like, I need to stop doing that and be like, it's okay to feel, because you're feeling something and it's not great. And I was very close, because people tend to forget. I don't know how. You were born a human before you was a celebrity. You was famous. You was a streamer. Anything. President, whatever. You were human. Are there some dumb humans out there? Sure is. A lot of them's in the government. But that's here or there. Anywhere. Everybody feels something. I don't care how much hate, discrimination, racism, whatever. At the end of the day, you bleed. We're all gonna die. Everything. You're human at the end of the day. You was human before you was anything. You was human before you was somebody's wife, before you was somebody's boyfriend, girlfriend, before you was a teacher, anything. You was human before anything. And a lot of people forget that. Like, I don't know how. It's like you watched Harry Potter and you automatically think now the world is magical. No, it's not a magical Harry Potter world. there has some elements of magic in it, depending on where you go. I guess you can make it a magical moment, but you're not gonna get a wand and bibbity bobbity boo things, and it's just going. It's no. It's people see. I don't know why people think that celebrities are that they're and then when they're not what they think, oh my god, you're a lie. No, you're a lie. You put up that defense. You put up whatever vision in that mirror you thought you saw, and when it wasn't what it was supposed to be, you're like, what? It was a lot. No, nobody's not breaking the matrix. Stop doing it. I hate that saying. Stop it. Just be normal. Be some type of normal. I mean, everybody's abnormal. There's no such thing as normalcy. I said unless you do something that's like extreme. Now I'm looking at you like, okay, now dude, really? That's. But we all are normal. We have our normal thoughts. But when you go beyond that and you just have a disillusion of stuff, of how somebody should be, whatever, like. I don't want that. Person don't want that. They were human before there was anything else, just like you. You're a human. You feel. Like, let's be real. Sitting on that keyboard talking that stuff, would you really be saying that to somebody's face? How about if you was the other person and they did that to you? Like, I wish it was like a reversal day. That we get to do that to the people that do that on the keyboard. And like the amount I am vicious. I'm the Prince of Darkness when it comes to things that I come up with. Like, people that when I used to work, they was like, when you say it, like, we know it's bad, and like we're trying to figure out how you word it that way, but it's funny, but when somebody else, we just look at them like, yeah, I don't know if you should say that. Like, I don't even know how I come up with anything that comes out of my mouth. I try to be in a point of understanding where you must have lost your mind, your marbles, your common sense to talk to me that way. So I'm going to just ignore you. But I also think of, you never know what somebody's going through. Because they could have been having a horrible day, and next thing you know, they trying to get better, and somebody just F it up, and then you're like, you know what, F the world, and then next thing you know, news. So I try not to be that type of person. But it's like, it's getting seem like more difficult because not everybody, but people want to live in a filter. Like, rose-colored shades are what nowadays filters. You're in a rose-colored shade filter. Take that filter, or this is who you are. Like, I don't want to be with somebody and I gotta put up an act. I gotta sit here and do Broadway every day. Put on your face, your clothes, all that every single day, and then you don't get to see me or see what I can be. I don't want that. I want somebody to be like, oh, this is what you do. Okay, you're this type of person. Because if I feel like I have to freaking write a script, and I'm not making a movie, I'm not making an MV, I'm not doing a short film, I'm not writing a book or something, I'm wasting my time. I'm like, that's a waste of energy. I don't want to feel like that even when I'm the camera on or off and I'm streaming or I'm just talking, being me, because I'm doing this for myself, not for, if you happen to connect in any way, hey, that's awesome. But I literally, I always got messed it up the first time, every time I say that word. I'm doing this for me because I do not have an outlet. I don't believe in diaries because somebody read my diary. So after that, I have never had a diary since 8th grade. I ain't got a diary. You bought me a diary and you read it and then you expect you have a diary? Nah, it's everything either on my phone or I'm just going off by my brain, by my head, whatever I remember. Because like I said, after a certain amount of trauma or whatever happens, you start to develop your brain puts you in a defense mechanism, and it can hurt you. So I have been trying not to, like, for a while, not to, like, hey, don't do that. Feel it. I want to put on a show. This ain't the Truman Show where you go in, you do the same thing, and you get suspicious, like, like is somebody watching me? Is this an act? I'm not. I don't want the people that watch me or hear me think that I am doing this because I don't have an outlet. I don't have somewhere to go. I do not. You think you got somebody to talk to, and then you don't. I do not. I'm doing it for myself as a way to relieve whatever has been inside me before it becomes to a point where I gotta hurt somebody. I don't want to have to do that. And I'm not talking about in a way it's going to end up in the news. I mean, hey, I might end up in jail, but that person most likely deserved it because I keep a lot of stuff and I don't say nothing and I just shh. I'm tired of doing it. Tired of trying to tiptoe over eggshells. Now I'm stepping on them. You're going to hear it in my mouth. That's where I'm at. I don't have that. I don't. And even with like a person that came back and said this, like the surprising nice thing, I'm just sitting here like, what? It's not like it's fully there because they have their own. They were going through something before. Like, we haven't seen each other since I was 22, he was 25. So, of course, life happens. Things happen. You're going through something. I was told finally, twice, more details of what's been going on. So now I understand. I already had my suspicions, but I'd rather hear it from the person so I know how to maneuver. And because you just don't want to be an ass and you don't know if you're saying the wrong thing or not. And I try to be accountable for my words or whatever. And I don't want to make the other person feel bad. I try to do that. You know, I try to be understanding as much as I can, even though the person ain't as understanding as they are with me. I know. I ask them how it feels to be selfish because, you know, I try to be. I think I said this for episode 12, 13. I try to be selfish and it don't work out. My conscience won't allow me. Like, if I'm doing something and I really like it and I'm saying I'm with somebody, I want them to understand this is what I'm doing. And I want to be able to share that with you. Do you need to be on it? No. If you want to share it and you're not doing it just for clout. Because it's a lot of people that's with people that are like that, friends, family. And you not as close as you think you are, yo. You think, you know what, from you certain friends and family, you think you're close, and you realize, man, you closer with a stranger than you are with your own friends and family. That is true. You have a better chance I said this on my last stream. You figure out, it's weird, you have a better chance at talking to a complete stranger about what's going on than your own family. That's when you know, yo. What? That's an everyday occurrence. That's not like it's brand new. Because whatever at social, whatever family dynamics, how doing it for so long, and they feel like we still gotta do it, stop keeping up traditions that don't mean anything for this time period. Like, I feel like the main problem is not a lot of people can feel like they had the ability to share how they feel. And I'm not putting on an act for anybody. I don't have the energy, the that much time. I don't feel like playing pretend. This ain't house. We ain't playing Barbie. I don't want to do that. Like, I want to be able to share and like, this is what I'm doing. This is me. I don't know what to tell you. I'm doing this because I don't have a way to. I got so much stuff in my head and no one to talk about it, so I'll do it myself. I'll figure it out. It took me about 6 months to be like, all right, you know what? I'll do it. I'll see how it goes. This is my version of a diary. Think of that as an auto book diary. Just on Ubitube. On that old Ubitube. Like, it would be awesome to have a few people, but I feel like I don't know why. Nobody can explain it. For some reason, when you have a significant other, it just feels more special. And I'm like, bad enough I don't have anyone to like truly share this with, and I feel like until I can do what I have to do so I don't hear nobody's mouth like, oh, you're just wasting that money and you're not paying, because I already know. Even if I had a job, are you still gonna say the same thing? Um, this is why I have a time, like I said on my last episode, what I do, because I think of 10 different conversations in my head that plays out. And I already know a couple of those conversations are going to come true, unfortunately. I have a future conversation with myself, and then when it comes time for that conversation, I just sit there in silence like, see, this is why I don't talk, because I already know. But for whatever reason, and I never had this with anybody in a relationship that I was with. Like with this guy here, I almost, when I was younger, wanted to tell him the things that I wanted to do, but I wasn't sure. Like, I'm a teenager. A lot of teenage stuff happens. A lot of things, and you just don't know, and a lot of other stuff was happening at the same time. So it was like, you know what, whatever. It goes to the back. Not even whatever, it just goes to the back. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, would he accept it? He knows some of it. It don't seem like it's a bad idea, but wait, would he be like, oh, if it do come to that point, with however it works? Because we still, more like he still, humans are complicated for no reason. I keep saying it. All you gotta do is the most simplest things, and you take that simple thing and make it complicated. I just be sitting in the background, like, my hands folded, patting my soft, fluffy cat. Not in an evil way. Just be sitting there like, these idiots. It's not hard. Like, I'm literally giving you the answer to the test. Like, I really am. I'm not giving you a hint or anything. I'm giving you the answer. And for whatever reason, you sit there and do the opposite of the answer. I'm just sitting here like, dude, what? Stop. Every little step I take, you move backwards. Like, what are we doing right now? What's going on? But I was just sitting there. I was thinking off and on for some time anyway. Whenever the thought came, like, with what I'm doing, like, if you were to be with someone, whatever you're doing, whatever career move, whatever hobby, if it turned into something great, it could be knitting. I actually want to try that. But cooking something. Somebody, don't know how to do it, but they can see that you're passionate about it and that you're not like wasting effort. Like, you still got your head on your shoulders, but you got something that you like to do. Cause a routine every single day, you lose yourself. Like, as you get older, there's obligations that you have no choice but to do. So, it's hard to find time, especially in countries where you got no choice but to work more than you necessarily do. You work that much, and unfortunately, it don't help. With everything going up, it don't seem like it's doing nothing, because you sit like, dang, I budget and I'm still stressing. And so you got that one little thing that could be like an outlet for you. I swore I heard something. And I'm trying to let it go, but I can't. And after that creature that was roaming around that was suffocated by bleach and bug spray, I'm already like a little bit on edge. But if you hear anything that sounds like wind blowing, it's actually windy. And I'm checking cameras right now. I got the motion sensors and stuff on. So it's hard to tell when it's windy, like what's what sound is what. Especially because it's summer, and unfortunately, when you don't got nothing to do, or if you do got something to do, you just end up doing the wrong thing. You want to be dumb. So you gotta sit here and be on like defense mode. Like, you gotta put up some. If I want magic, that's the kind of magic I want. I want the magic where I get a barrier. Ain't nobody coming through. As soon as you touch it, you die. You get electrocuted right on the spot. system ain't busy. Stop doing it. Like, the cameras be getting my nerves. I'm saying the stuff that that's like everything that humans make ain't great. So I don't know if my is she looking at it? Did she hear something? So was I not tripping? Like, this is all live. I ain't cutting this out either. Well, it's recording, but for the system to be that busy, I'm about to check. I wish you would take the USB off because it's not giving you what somebody else checked. Because it used to do that, but because she keep humans. But yeah, I'm sitting there thinking, like, I guess I should talk about it. Like, hopefully, whoever, if you know, who's doing their own little thing, despite, you know, how life is, and you want to share it with somebody, hopefully you got somebody that genuinely cares that, hey, you're enjoying yourself, because that actually helps relationship too. Like, you're just not stuck in a routine being bored, because if you're stuck in a routine being, you're gonna be bored and you'll be exhausted and you'll be tired, and you don't feel like doing anything, and that it makes the impression like she they don't do nothing else, so it's all you do, you don't want to do nothing else. I can't do that. I would rather not. Like, I'm trying to get out of that. I don't want a repeat of that. It's like being back in the relationship you broke up with that person. You're back in that relationship. Why would I want to do that? Like, I broke up with you for a reason. Like, I physically, emotionally couldn't do it anymore. So I'm gonna go back, unless you somehow after all this time you change and I can totally see. That's fine. But like, if I see that you ain't changing, I don't. Like, when you have something, I feel like from what I've seen and noticed, usually people that do things that they like has a positive outcome in that relationship, because it brings out something in both of you. Like, it's not always what people say dull. It's not the same old same old. There's a little spark to it. Like, even if you do something with that other person, like, you ain't gotta stay in the house and watch Netflix. But I don't want to do that either. Like, you could just go out for a couple minutes, take a walk, go to a little cafe, take a little trip somewhere. It ain't gotta be too long. Just get out of the atmosphere of you feel like you being stuck, and then actually go outside. You're like, you don't feel like you're being stuck. It feels like, oh, I actually want to be with this person, or actually interesting. I feel like when you have your own little thing and you can share that, I feel like it adds something not only to your life but to the other person's life, and it benefits the relationship. For what I've seen, that is something I would like personally for me. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm having to hide something, and they're thinking you hiding a secret, you're cheating. I'm hiding the fact that I stream, and I don't feel like I can share. I do this on Gemini Talks, and I can't talk to anybody about it. I like K-pop, but I feel like I can't share that with you. I mean, when I was dating him, I did. Like, alright, I found that while I was dating him, 2007. But I wanted to, but I feel like it was other stuff that was like in the front, and that never took. Like, he knows that I kind of play games, because he said, hey, I remember when we was together, he was like, you play games, right? You have a game, so you, my nephew, and he played it with me, with his nephew, and I was there, and so he knows that much. That part I ain't really gotta hide. Do you know how many hours I could play too? No, and I don't play like that. It's like I used to. I could. I just know what that sacrifice is. That sleep, and my eyes is gonna hurt, and I'm gonna feel dizzy and nauseous from looking at a screen. Like, I'm just the type of person. All right, it's time for a break. I even do that in my recordings. I let people know, hey, I'm taking a break right now. I'm just gonna edit it out so you can't tell that much. But I'm letting you know I took a break. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because I was like, me, I already know I'm gonna have to, and bad enough. It was already hard enough trying to figure out the times I was gonna have to stream because I have like I'm on everybody else's schedule, and I'm tired of that too. I would like to have my own schedule. I would really do so I can be able to do what I like to do and not just work, pay bills, pay necessities, work, wake up, pay bills, necessities, work, wake like next. I would like to not just be like, oh, yeah, I can only do it on, and if sometimes if I can, I'm not sure. Like I might do a pop up. You never know. Like what on my pop up shop, like surprise. I don't want to just be a surprise all the time because I sometimes it's okay because you never know what you can get a different crowd of people. Weigh it out. Hey, like I tried different times. I could tell, but like but when you're like off of a schedule that much, like it's okay to do some surprise streams. Hey, look. But when you're that off, it throws you off. It throws off your viewers and people that actually follow you and stuff like that. And that it just messes up the flow. But I feel like if you do have somebody that understands that you do other, you have a hobby or you have a career that you really enjoy and they're genuinely happy for you, you pick the right person. Y'all go on little dates here and there and it helps benefit your relationship. You pick the right person. And I'm not talking about somebody, that just treats you wrong and they just say, hey, no, you're using that as an excuse because every time you do something wrong, you try to deflect it and do something. No, not that. I'm talking about somebody that genuinely would like to do stuff like that with you. So yeah, I was just thinking about that. I said, you know what? I can just use that as a bonus episode since I looked through my episodes and that's not a conversation that I brought up as a topic for an episode. I said, you know what? I'll just bring it up as a bonus episode. I am going to go. It's 4:35. I did good. 49 minutes. I said about 45, right? This has been, well, it's 50 now. This has been Gemini Talks. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your night or morning, afternoon, evening. Thank you for listening. I hope everyone could find something that genuinely brings you joy because happiness and joy is not the same thing. I'm learning. I heard that and I was like, what? It's not? I need to get happiness before I can understand what joy is then. That must be a very top tier happiness. So, you get those two things, it ain't gotta be all the time. But if it's a good amount of time that make you feel like you're doing something with your life, that's where I'm trying to get. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I don't even know if I finished that other sentence before I said that. I forgot. I'm tired. I will catch you guys next time. Bye.